Determined to be better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you are today. Ever heard the saying, change is good? What does that mean? Good for who? What's in it for me? I saw something on the internet not too long ago that said, I'm still on the internet, Everett. I can't let it go just yet. It said, a gain in equal rights for others is not a loss of equal rights for you. It's not pie. The gist of that was the notion that rising tides tend to raise all ships. Instead of worrying about your slice getting smaller, why don't we bake a bigger pie so we all can eat? And heaven knows I like my pie. In a day and age when many of us seem to be operating in a mode of self-preservation, being the voice of our collective betterment is needed now more than ever. So let me close by saying I truly appreciate the opportunity to speak under the context of Champion of Change, but it doesn't take having a seat at a corporate table or the wisdom often tethered to longevity. All it takes is a shiny mirror and a few seconds each day to ask yourself, if not me, then who? What kind of diversity do we want or need? Do we believe we want or need? Is it gender diversity? Is it ethnicity? At some point, you'll probably get into conversations about hiring military veterans, hiring people with disabilities. You may get into conversations about hiring disconnected youth who have graduated from high school but are not currently in school or are not working. You may get into conversations about hiring all kinds of diversity. So ask yourselves, you have to start with asking yourselves, what kind of diversity do we need? When I worked in an HR function, I would always have people tell me, we're looking for a diverse candidate. And I have somewhat of a snarky sense of humor. And I would always push back and say, okay, well, are you looking for a woman of color with one leg who's a military veteran? Or, exactly what are you looking for? When you say diverse candidate, what does that mean? If you think you need a person of color, say that. If you want to hire a person with a disability, say that. Now, there are some things you have to do legally to make sure you have a diverse pool. You can't just start slotting people who are not the best person for the job in jobs. So there are things you have to manage around that. But I think you need to be very clear. You have to be honest, and you have to own what kind of diversity you believe you need. And then how much? How much do you need and why? It's certainly being the foundational to all of that. If you can't answer why, you're going to have a difficult time getting people to buy in. Your why may be because we have government federal contracts and we have to adhere to those contracts. Your why may be, I believe that certain people have been left behind and I want to do my part to make sure I close that gap. You have earned every thread in those caps and gowns. You put in all the hours, all the papers, all the projects, all the missed episodes of How to Get Away with Murder and America's Got Talent. But hopefully you can get in a little binge watching time to get caught up. And I promise, no spoilers during my remarks. But how about that Cody Lee on AGT, though? Boy, it's bad. Take great pride in knowing that regardless of your specific area of educational and professional focus, you are playing critical roles in helping people access one of our most intimate, fundamental, and critical life needs, our health. You are part of a professional family and discipline that is continuously evolving and, quite frankly, is fertile ground for those with the passion, the innovation, and the heart to serve like you. Now, every day is not going to be perfect. Not every task will feel like a life-changing event in the moment. But as I often tell my team, if you can't get excited about having the opportunity to help people on their path to better health, you better check your own pulse. Diversity is any collective mixture that's characterized by differences and their similarities. How often when we have the diversity discussion do we stop at differences? We never even get to the similarities part. So it's any collective mixture characterized by differences, similarities, and their related tensions and complexities. Not a very sexy definition, not even very aspirational, quite frankly, but it's very purposeful and it's very meaningful when you think about the words in that definition. Any collective mixture. Is race or ethnicity and gender in there? Absolutely. Is it much more broad than that? Absolutely. And another key part of that definition is complexities and tensions. So why aren't more of us good at managing diversity on a personal level or a corporate level? Raise your hand if you willingly and enthusiastically invite more tensions and complexities into your life. Nobody wants tensions and complexities. But the truth is, the more diversity you have, the more tension and complexity you're going to have. It's a natural byproduct. And guess what? If you are going to be if you're going to work in an innovative organization, or you're trying to foster creativity, you can't get there without tension and complexity.